The life of most successful artists that I know is a dedicated but simple life. Now, art takes a lot of energy to create. Welcome to another exciting time on the Art Express. I am Tolokwe Lamidi, your host.
The title of this body of work is I Keep My Visions to Myself, and essentially is an exploration between the physical and the spirit world using Igbo elements of expression. My work specifically speaks on my experience, my own spiritual experience and life as an Igbo woman and my interpretations of it. Specifically. I've been an artist in many ways over the years, but I think with this particular medium, which is incorporating hemp fabric and canvas photo print, it has been about a little bit over 2 years now, but over 10 years as a visual artist. About this was a response to a calling that I had. So I say that I create this work in collaboration with my chief, which is my personal deity. And I had this need for, as a photographer, you work with print. And I had this need to do more than print. I needed to touch things. And I would say, if you and I were to look back to the times when we were happiest, it's most likely going to be when we were children, when we were doing things, when we were making things with our hands, picking up things. And so I wanted to combine that sort of childlike need plus I would say my Igbo spiritual rejuvenation and combine that together to create these pieces.
The title of the 3 works I have on view, one of them is titled As It Is Above, So Below, and another one is titled If My Father's Hands Were Tied, My Hands Will Not Be Tied. I've been painting for 8 years now. I studied sculpture in Uniben. I graduated in 2015. So I dabbled in sculpture a bit just after school. Then 2 years later, I went to painting full time. Art to me is a way of trying to make sense of my personal experience, trying to make sense of my own life, and trying to make sense of what I see around, societal issues, economic issues, family issues. And I try to, make sense of all of that using my work as a tool. My works are abstract expressionism, or some people will say figurative abstraction, which simply just means I'm making use of figures, but they are not realism in the sense of I'm copying a photograph. I'm not trying to make them look like realistic, that things that you can picture as a picture, but I'm making use of realistic figures and abstracts. I'm combining the both of them. So in my work, you are going to see the realistic aspects in the figures, then the background and a lot of other aspects of the work are abstract. The thing with art is the more you work, the more you evolve, the more you develop, the more you are better at telling stories that you want to tell. So when I started, I was not painting exactly like this. Although I knew that, okay, this is how I want to work. But this was not exactly what it was. But over the years, I've been able to grow my work. I've been able to grow my practice, and I've been able to evolve in the kind of painting that I make, which is the product that you see right now.
Cole is pleased to present Mining Abstractions, a group exhibition that brings together artists who engage abstraction to decipher cultural codes, histories, and mythologies. Their works deconstruct systems of visual language through mark making, pattern, repetition, and fluid structures. Working across painting, drawing, ceramics, textiles, and design, these artists approach abstraction as a practice of excavation, uncovering layered meanings and reshaping personal metaphors. Some works unfold through delicate meditative marks, others through bold, expressive gestures. Together, these artists expand the language of abstraction, at once personal and collective, historical and contemporary, visible and obscured. Through their material gestures, they engage reshape narratives of continuity and change.
Well, there are four of my works here, and the one behind me is the elephant child will not be a dwarf. That is the first one. Then there is the second one, which is talking about the night is silent, and the day is break. So in all, when you look at my work, it's more like special notes of expressing some reality around us. And in expressing this reality, I try to clothe them in a manner that we will exercise the special part of us, ourselves, which is that deepness. And the deepness I mean is that being thoughtfulness, being so deep into going into yourself to ask a lot of questions within, And so I clothe some of the works in colors, in lines that come like kind of web, which also signify the interlays and complications in our life. But of course, when you look at it critically, most of the things you see there are, like the title is some of the wisdoms of the ancestors, which is the proverb. So the title, all of my work are taken from the proverbs of the Yorubas and the African at large. So that in itself is a story. It begins from the stories of our ancestors and connects to the reality of nowness.
We are here today at the opening of Co's exhibition, Mining Abstractions, and it's a group exhibition that includes 14 different artists who work across painting, sculpture, design, mixed media, and they are all looking at ways approaching abstraction in unconventional ways. So thinking about how to use elements of abstraction in their work to think about different cultural codes and histories and mythologies, and really dissecting that through their work. Yeah, I think right now it's a very exciting time for the Nigerian art scene, for the Lagos art scene. We've seen sort of a whole cultural renaissance in the past 10 years of different galleries, art spaces opening, and a whole new generation of artists coming out and creating really new and exciting work.
So this is the Ibako bronze wall sconce. It's inspired by the Ibako that we use when we are sort of making swallow foods like, inyo and amala, the sort of that wooden sort of utensil we use. That was really inspired, that's what inspired the form of this, and it's sort of abstracted into, it's kind of morphed into different things over time. And those are prototypes to show the imperfections and other materials we tested during the journey. I've been designing formally for the last 10 years, but from a young age as a child, I was always creating. I was always that child that was, doing art and giving it to people, and doing art competitions in my, primary school and stuff like that. So I've always liked art. Art has always brought me so much joy, and so people that have known me for a long time, they know that that's something that has always been, honestly, a part of my life. And I've always made stuff by hands as well. Art for me is really a way to remind us of ourselves. I think that, it allows us to think deeper about the things that really matter. Because especially when you think of abstraction, right? So you have to think and look beyond what you see, which allows you to pause. And in a world that can be so, chaotic at times, it's important for us to pause, to reflect, and to remind ourselves of what's really important, which is the fact that, despite our differences on the surface, we are all the same people, at the end of the day. And it's a celebration of, I think art is a great way, it's the most powerful tool to celebrate unity, but also to remind us of, challenges and stuff. So it goes both ways. It's a double-edged sword, and I think that it's important in society. I think, as we all know, there are a lot of heritage crafts that we have, whether it's the bronze work that's done in Benin, whether it's wood carving. So there's some prototypes, some wood carved prototypes there using sort of Ghanaian walnuts. It's a reminder that we have been blessed, and there are a lot of people who have been, just a lot of amazing craftsmen across Nigeria and across West Africa who have been doing this for a long time. And it's a reminder that, we don't always have to look outside, that we can really, within ourselves, do a lot and have great impact. So that's what I try to do. I always start by doing sketches, then I make prototypes by hand, and then it evolves into different sort of mediums. I test different materials and reach out to people, and it depends on how things align. So it's never a straightforward path. It usually takes many explorations, many mistakes, many discoveries before we get to a piece like that.
My works are kind of spontaneous experimentations, iterations of me bridging, upbringing disciplines, experience in studying of architecture, my interest in gaming, tech, digital media, consumption, how we consume media, and so I'm constantly intersecting all those themes and inventing new ways to kind of paint. For me, a lot of iterations of my paintings are like attempts to recapture lightning in a bottle each time. So I guess I consider them done when I've succeeded in that. I'm constantly trying to capture like special moments with paint or just material exploration or intersecting a bunch of different things to have new outcomes each time.
Today on Gallery, Fobally Art World Africa, in partnership with the Lagos State Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture, presents Lagos Easter Art Carnival, exhibited over 500 emerging artists, senior artists, and the masters, featuring music, poetry, cultural performances, and carnival parades. Let's go there.
Wow, amazing! Amazing! Hey! This is beautiful, beautiful. This is art in the best form.
The highlight of this event is that we brought performing artists and visual artists together. So we have brought them together to perform. Yeah, we basically focus on visual. We started with visual art, and that's why we are exhibiting. We're exhibiting 500 over 500 artists for this Lagos Sister Carnival. The purpose of Lagos Sister Carnival is to promote African art and artists, the visual artists. And for this carnival, we've subsidized the prices of artworks to make it affordable for everyone. We are particular about creativity. It must be creativity is very important to us when you are creating your artwork. So your artwork must be appealing, and people must be willing to invest into your artworks.
You really see Africans because of the fabric science. All the fabric science signifies every different ethnic groups and states in Nigeria in their colors. So you can see the ones of north, south, east, west. Everything was signifies it. So those are how it relates to the culture of Africa, not just Nigeria.
Also pieces on display where it's clear that Nigerian artists, especially the emerging artists, are really doing very far. There are quite a number of works on display that are cultural. The techniques, the style, the area of medium, and the execution, even the color schemes, is actually thought-provoking and very, very, very
My name is Dr. Chiza Malize. I'm the Managing Director of FITC. This is an exceptionally great event, particularly because of the way they've been able to bring together people from all over the country and all over the world. We have seen the culture expressed in dance, fashion, costume, whether from South Africa, Tiv, Eyo, Edo, and all type of different cultures. I think that it's something that everybody should be particularly interested in, and I'm very delighted in what the Fobally World Arts Group are doing, bringing art to the world, bringing culture to the world, and bringing a fusion of culture, people, and originality in a beautiful way.
We want Lagos to be the true center of excellence, touristic center of excellence in Africa. So every year we are making progress. We have added some mileage to last year. So next year will be bigger than this. The essence is to make Lagos the most touristic center in Africa.
Today on Theatre, the Nigerian theatre is shining on the global stage as South Africa welcomes Dear Kaffy, Diary of a Single Woman in SA, a stage play by Bolanley Austin Peters Productions about 3 Nigerian women in their search for love. Now, this is truly the celebration of the Nigerian theatre. Let's enjoy.
never you reduce yourself or dim your lights for any reason.
Give me my phone.
Femi.
Kike, give me my phone.
Femi, why is Titi texting you saying you're good in bed?
I said, give me my phone. This is invasion of privacy.
Louis, on my wrist.
I go meet you there, cause I miss you every day.
Kike, stop now. Kike,
Babe, guess what?
What?
I want for my sis.
Hey! You're not a big girl, oh. You're growing wings. I'm telling you that Otumba is summoning you. And you have the audacity to tell me that you have work.
By the way, what is this I am hearing about one man living in your house and a low life from what I hear?
With their sweet smiles, them go lick you. They will lie. And I became a
What is this? When did your grades start to drop like this? What? Don't waste my money.
Really enjoyed the play. It was fun. There were moments of reality in it.
You know, that I wasn't sure what to think. This is my first time coming to a play or a theater production in Nigeria.
Do you know what? The mummy and the daddy. The mum and the daddy were fabulous. I really enjoyed them.
It was great. I love a rom-com, and this is a great rom-com. I really enjoyed it. This is my second time coming back. I enjoyed it that much.
Although I'm older than 35, I could identify with many of the scenes in the play.
Genuinely asking you a question, do you not have any friends?
Well, I have friends, and you're sleeping with them.
Hey, Swoby, listen here.
Yeah, just a fantastic cast. And the music. You know, we thought it was recorded at first, and then I realized, no, there's a band somewhere up there.
I think my favorite scenes were with Kaffy's mum and dad. I thought they were really well done. And I did end up screaming a lot of the time.
I mean, all the characters are hilarious. The music is brilliant. The singing is fantastic. I can't stop saying baby out of my head.
Lovely voices. I think my favorite character was Tam Tam.
I enjoyed every bit. Kicks, she was amazing. She's a good actress. I loved everything.
The line of her sister, 5 to 40, and she thinks she's Gen Z.
The particular cast that I love is Tamino. He kept coming back, and we love his act.
I mean, it's still the same quality, the same. We don't expect anything less from the Bolanle Austin Peters production.
Lagos men are stressful. Femi is a baddie, but lovely play. Well done, BAP.
And we thoroughly enjoyed ourselves for this Easter season. Well done to the Bolanle Austin Peters production.
So, really great production, and would encourage anyone who has the opportunity to see it to take the time and come.
Wow, congratulations to Bolanle Austin Peters and our team for the beauty of storytelling and the richness of Nigerian culture. Now, the success of Dear Kaffy in SA is a reminder of how art can transcend borders and connect us all. That's the much you can take today on this episode of The Art Express. Now, keep living creatively, and I'll see you again same time, same station next week.